next level.
Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We're taking center stage today on the Own It magazine and publishing platform with one of our new amazing contributing writers, and she's also our September cover. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on in. Love to let you guys get to know her. Let's go ahead and bring her on in. What is going on, Eva? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have you on the show.
That's so exciting to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So please just take just a moment to share who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit about what you do, Eva.
Sure. So my name is Eva Vennari. I'm founder of the Elevate Institute, and I hail from Los Angeles, but I work with people all over the world, from Peru to Dubai. And my work is spiritual for sure, but it's also physical, and we're going to tie all that together today.
Wow. Awesome. And you know what? It all ties together. I mean, when I talk about Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, I tell people it's elevating your mind, body, and spirit, getting yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially fit, because it all runs hand in hand. And if you're broken in one, you're going to eventually be broken in the others, right?
Eventually.
So what inspired you to start the Elevate Institute, and how does your mission drive your work that you do every single day?
It was a two-pronged approach by spirit. I found myself a hot mess physically, full of a lot of chronic illness, things the doctors could put a name to, but said there's no cure for. And we toss them around today, like chronic fatigue, anxiety, insomnia, depression, fibromyalgia, heart palpitations, and the list goes on. And it was depressing just to hear them label me with all of those things. And it took me 16 years of searching for a natural, holistic, and sustainable solution that didn't just work part-time while I was doing some special diet or something, and that 16 years was invaluable because it really helped. I mean, I would much rather not have suffered for 16 years, but it helped me understand those who are suffering now and need the help that I have to offer. So that's one. One was I helped myself out of that. And the other was my ex-husband of 12 years passed away and attached his soul to my aura. And that was an interesting and hidden story for a very long time. And I realized that it was part of the why I started my business. When he passed away, he was only 45 years old of a heart attack. And he was on medications, a lot of them, 17 of them. And yeah, so it was one thing to heal myself. I hadn't quite started a business until he passed, and I realized this is my spiritual tap on the shoulder to open my doors for business and say, you have a choice.
Yeah, you do have a choice. Oh my goodness, 17 medications. I can't even imagine. I mean, and then when you think about the medications, because, when we watch the commercials, right, that come on and for the medications, and then all of a sudden you're hearing all the little side effects to all the medications. So I could not imagine 17 medications with all various side effects as well. I mean, that's just... oh my gosh. Wow. So how does Elevate Institute approach to, what's your approach to health and wellness? How does it differ from, our traditional? I mean, you talked a little bit about holistic, and, right now we are hearing people are starting to I know this has been a little bit of a buzzword, but they're starting to get it, I think, these days. So what is what's kind of your approach to this? How does it differ from, the way that others do things?
Well, I think we've all lived through the pandemic of being told that trust the medicine, trust the science, but in all reality, it seems to fail quite a few people, and we continue to have the fallout as an effect of what we were told were safe injections, and they weren't. Neither here nor there. We won't get into that conversation. It's more about the long-term solution. Was some people were now open to something that was holistic, and we often confuse natural with holistic, and there is a difference. And so I want to kind of, what is the difference? So even natural medicine and medicine that is allopathic, in other words, you have a problem, you take that to your doctor, whether it's a holistic doctor, or I should say a naturopathic doctor. They pull from nature, or they pull from their medicine bag, and they try to basically play whack-a-mole with your symptoms. They're saying, okay, we're going to help your high blood pressure, we're going to help your diabetes, we're going to help with, here's all the medication to chase after those symptoms. And if you take the medication forever, you'll be without those symptoms. And we somehow think that we are no longer at effect of the problems that create the symptoms. Well, this is the same problem that my ex-husband had. It was start with this medication, and then you build up like you said, the side effects that create a condition where you need more medication to cover up the side effects. So that's allopathic medicine. The difference in holistic medicine is to stop thinking you think so well for your body, to know that you have an internal, by design, God made us at a beautiful design that we can heal ourselves if we just simply give the body what it needs. And I answer the question of what the body needs. And so it's a natural process of truly holistic. It's the physical body for sure. And then that affects your mental mind, right? And that then affects your emotional state, which creates chemistry. And the chemistry is your physical body, but you're also affected by spiritual aspects, some seen and some unseen. So it's across the entire board. It's not just focused on the physical body, and those things make it different.
Wow. And again, it all ties together. But when you just said all the side effects, all those different things, and when you are playing, I guess you said whack-a-mole, right? When you're playing whack-a-mole, trying to just figure it out. Let's talk a little bit about how you have put into practice how to figure out what exactly is going on in the body, because I know you and I have had some talks, outside of this, and I really want our audience to hear about this. So what is it that you do to just know, to be able to give someone that information on exactly what they need?
Yeah, I'm not using tarot cards for this part. While I do read them, and I do have guides, and I do have angels, that is not used for this. It's very grounded in science. It's something called mineral balancing. It has been around for many years, many decades. It's been well documented, and thousands upon hundreds of thousands of actually people have been helped by this process where medicine alone could not. And so I'm not saying that medicine is bad. I'm saying that medicine should not be overused for a holistic source. Okay, so what is it? It's a way to turn on the youthing of the body. It is a science. It's true holistic healing. And we're just taking a little bit, a sample of your hair, and we're analyzing it with this practice, with this science. Not just anybody who is smart, not just any chiropractor, not just any DM, not just anybody can read these charts. They're specific to this science. You wouldn't bring your blood tests to someone like me, in other words. And you bring these hair analysis tests to a regular doctor. They just simply don't have the knowledge. And even you don't have the knowledge. It takes somebody who is certified in this work, that understands how the minerals relate to each other. It's not about what's high and what's too low on the test. It's about how they interact, just like your relationships in real life. How well is your best friend supporting you? And if they didn't, you would get rid of them, right? So it's kind of the same idea with your body. Is we look at the relationships of minerals and what's causing stress for you internally, and then recreate a whole new environment. And that's what this is all about. It's not up to what you think is wrong with your body. It's not what the doctor has diagnosed you with. Your body has a priority list that is unbeknownst to your conscious mind. It is inside of you, and it knows what to do as long as we give it the support that it needs. And that's what I offer.
Wow. See, I love that, because there's too many people out there that don't listen to their bodies, right? I'm always telling people, listen to your body. A lot of times we will know kind of what we need just from kind of listening, right? But now you take it a step further, where you take the hair and you're going to be able to tell each individual person exactly what they need. Because we're all different. The vitamins and the minerals and stuff that I might put in, because I feel like I need them and they make me feel great. You might take them and be like, oh my God, I feel like crap, right? Because it's just not for you. So I love that, you guys are actually designing this specific to the individual and to help them heal in that way. That is just amazing.
Well, and you bring up a really good point. Whether or not something that you take makes you feel like crap, to use your words, versus feeling great. Well, a healing reaction is a natural occurrence of a die-off or a mineral imbalance correction, or your body chelating toxic metals out of your body. So part of our job as trained practitioners is to know when you're going through a healing reaction, which means you feeling like crap, just hold on, it'll get better in a minute, just hold on, and how to maybe get through it with a little more ease and grace. That's what we're here for, versus someone who is not supporting their body and just feels crappy every day in the morning. They get worse and worse, and they just wake up thinking, well, I guess this is me now. Like that. Right. There is a difference between I just generally feel crappy and having a purpose to the body's correcting itself. It's healing something.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with Eva Vennari. Be right back. And we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We have our contributing writer and September cover, Ms. Eva Vennari, here in the house with us today. Thank you so much again for joining us. So, Eva, you just have such a different technique on this all, and just how you can help someone to just be their best. And I just absolutely love this. So can you explain the three pillars of your ascension program? Reveal, essential, love, and restore, and just how they collectively contribute to the holistic health of your clients.
Sure. Yeah. If you are a person like me and like you, who is always looking for the what's next, what can make me better, what can make me perform better, what can bring me closer to my relationships, what can bring me closer to my spirituality, there is typically something in the way. A person like that who is constantly growing, that Kaizen, what makes me 1% better, what percent better, 1% better always. Like you're constantly looking for that edge. That's me too. And so I discovered that those who are on a path such as that, they're looking for that sustainable, energetic return from their body. And I then noticed, so that's the Reveal program that we talked about, mineral balancing is based on. I'm known for reversing adrenal burnout in coaches and entrepreneurs because we push ourselves. Type A people, we have to do better, be better, are always on, you know. And there's some training around fixing that mentality that goes with it. Yep, that needs to be fixed. It really does. And so I find that the common golden thread between all of my clients in Reveal, they had issues around boundaries, around discovering really, like, do I need to be people pleasing anymore? Like, there was an awful lot of codependence, and that was creating the physical symptoms. So we back out of the reversing burnout into, let's look at what it means to truly love yourself. And that is the foundation of essential love. Learning who you are, what you want in life, what is your mission and your contract with God, and how to bring that forward. That's a big order. I am willing to help you fill. This is part of what I do. And then in the restore sessions, we're cleaning up the energetic space of your house, the energetic form of your own body, the things that are seen and unseen. And I'm telling you, I worked on homes that were haunted. I've worked on homes that had portals in them. If you think I'm crazy and these are new words to you, it's okay. But people who are affected, or they constantly feel like they're being watched or they're hexed or something, you know, there is reason for it. Even ancestral wounding is something that has to be taken care of. So that's the restore pillars. So if you can get rid of anything that is in your way, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, you are now able to more clearly, the path of least resistance is to go up. And that's the Ascension program.
Wow. Like I need to go through that program myself. It's like I still have some of those things, but it's like, you know, you still got it. We're always getting better, right? And you know, you said that essential love. I mean, that's everything. I think in my journey, you know, finding that unconditional, you know, love for myself, where I, you know, look at the foods that I'm putting in my body. I'm looking at the TV that I'm watching. I'm looking at the people that I'm putting around me. I mean, it all really runs, you know, hand in hand, and it's so vital. So I'm excited about your program, and just, you know, you being able to take people through those steps, because people are stuck today. I think, you know, we're watching people just kind of staying in that hamster wheel of life. It's almost like, you know, or you're just watching zombies, right? I mean, that's how I feel a lot of days. I feel like I'm watching just people just kind of just go through life as a zombie.
Well, it's crazy. People do eventually, when they find me and they feel that little bit of like energetic pull of, I'm supposed to know you. I feel like you're the last bit of my healing journey, that you're the missing piece, Eva, you know. And I have a lot of divine meetings, so to speak. People just show up in my experience, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that means you're ready for some sort of change. Let's look at that. And most of the time, it's people want a different internal experience. They want to feel more fulfilled. They want more freedom. They want to feel like what they have is worthwhile, and other people want it. They want to be in service. They want to be a part of something greater than themselves. And that seems a little like that sounds like something that's commonly heard, but for real, people are ready for change.
Yeah, no, they are. They definitely are. So, Eva, I mean, you do so much, and I mean, being the type of you know, the spiritual alchemist that you are, I mean, that takes a lot. And energetically, you're out there, you're rocking out there, you know, physically you're doing a lot of stuff. How in the heck do you find balance? Like, what does self-care look like for you?
Yeah. Well, it means that, first of all, the work-life balance is a myth. It's not equal parts work and personal life. It's a checking in and being real and honest with where you are. So It's managing and maintaining your own energy. We are not machines. We cannot all be Ron Popeil's set it and forget it rotisserie machines. Remember those? Like we cannot just put on a day-to-day life of, okay, this is what gets me money, this is what gets me sleep, and then forget the rest. Like we really need something more rounded and holistic for ourselves. So I do that for me. I make sure that I put space padding in between each of my appointments, so I'm not jumping from one thing to the next and harried and hurried and oh my God, I'm going to be late. I don't do that to myself. I also make sure that when I'm done with work, I don't accept any more phone calls, any more texts. I don't respond to them, and they also don't bug me. So people know, like, you might remember your supplement orders late at night. That doesn't mean I'm going to respond to you. So, and it's about expectations and teaching others that they have permission to do the same. Yeah. Somehow, machines such as our cell phones and our email have made us too available. We can put them on silent. We can put them down. We can put them away for a while. We do not have to be constantly connected. And anyone who expects you to, that's an overstepping of personal boundary space. And so I teach you how to correct that, so that if they have a problem with it, it's exactly that. They have a problem with that.
Right. Okay. I just figured out the do not disturb thing on my phone, because I was one of those individuals that, if I heard it, if it buzzed or if it binged or whatever, yes, I was going to pick it up. Yes, I was going to answer it. It didn't matter, oh, it's midnight. Oh, well, and that does affect you. I mean, because I kind of noticed after a while I was getting a little frustrated with people, and I should have been more frustrated with me, because I was the one not holding that boundary. So now I put it on do not disturb. So, and people are noticing. They're like, okay, let's not call her between this time and this time, because we're not going to get an answer from her. And, that has been a game changer. So definitely set those boundaries, people, and put the phones down, man. I know that there's science behind it where, we sleep better if we put our phones down, a couple of hours before, we go to sleep. We turn off the TV, turn off all the electronics, all that stuff. Read a book.
Yeah.
People aren't doing that enough.
Yeah, sleep hygiene. I talk about that. People have a hard time going to sleep. We have to retrain the brain on telling it it's time for sleep now. All the things that we learned about how to take care of our bodies, we really learned in kindergarten. We really did. Take naps, share with your friends, eat snacks. These are things that are they're basic, but we think because we grew up and have adult bodies and adult lifestyles that we can just forget the basics. We can't.
Right.
It's part of, you can push yourself once in a while. Just know that if you're going to push yourself, schedule some time off just beforehand. Right. So we take the weekend is to set you up for the week ahead. It's not because we get a rest from the week past. It's the week ahead rest. So before this is a free tip. Here you go. Before you just take on something that is going to be so time consuming and extra and above and beyond, take at least 2 days off beforehand, even if it's during the week, and say, what? I know I don't normally work over the weekends. This is what it looks like for me. So if somebody's asking me to work through the weekend, I take the weekdays off.
That's a good tip. It's a very good tip. Give yourself that rest. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I love that, Eva. So look, we're going to cut to another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and talk to Eva about some of her clients and what they've experienced with her as well. So we'll be right back. we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We have Miss Eva Vennari here today with us, contributing writer and September cover. So, Eva, so tell us, I mean, it has been so awesome just, sharing you with the audience today, getting to know you a little bit more. I mean, I've spent some time with you as well, off here, and you are just so amazing, such a rock star. Share with us just a little bit about, the client experience. Can you share a story of, a transformational story of maybe one of your clients and how you were able to impact them with your coaching?
Sure. It's interesting that the people that come to me or eventually find me, they have looked under every knowable rock that they know of. Let's put it that way. Like they've tried, they've searched everywhere. They've looked under, go to this doctor, go to this specialist. And so oftentimes they're very frustrated. And so most people, they find me when they're at their last end and they can only eat 10 things. And so in specific, there was a woman who's here in Hollywood, and she's a married woman with children and does one woman shows on stage. And she suddenly realized she could not, it takes a lot of energy. And so she had been managing her food problems and her weight and her, not quite diabetes, but pre-diabetic condition and all kind heart palpitations. It's that very, very similar to my own situation. And I was sharing my story in a networking meeting, and she started to cry because she heard herself in my story. And I've got to talk to you. And so this poor woman, she could not go over to friend's house and eat what they offered her as a sign of friendship. Let's go, come over, have lunch, right? Couldn't do that. Couldn't go out to dinner. She had to bring her own food, and her whole family knew that she was limited. And so it was limiting her life and her experience, and she was getting very depressed about that. And when you're that depressed, it almost feels like, why bother? You get into this place of you want to give up. So I found her at this place, and that's what filled her with emotion. And within a very short period of time for her, we were able to heal her gut. And she called me and she says, guess what? I went over to a friend's house the other day, and I did not even blink at what they put under my nose to have for lunch with them. And the night before, we were able to go out as a family at a restaurant. I ordered whatever I wanted, shocked the whole family, but it didn't bug me. It did not bother me at all. It's changed my life. That's a huge transformation, to go from feeling so limited and so small and so broken. She said that. She started crying to me. She says, I feel like I'm broken. He says, no, your body is performing exactly as best it can based on what you're giving it. So let's change that and turn it around. And we did.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Oh, that is absolutely amazing. I love that. What a success story. So tell me, so how do you integrate, because we talked about just how you do certain things. How do you integrate that ancient wisdom with, modern technology in your healing practices? And why does this blend really, why is it so crucial to achieving that optimal health? Why do you feel that?
Well, if you're working at all on your spiritual mastery, then you know how important it is to flow energy through your body. And it became very clear to me that a body full of toxic metals and imbalances, and even how low on its overall energy, it became more difficult to run that pure energy through it. And while running the energy can help, the physical part, it doesn't complete it. Like, you cannot wish or pray yourself into a miracle of a body. Most people can't. So it requires you have a physical 3D body. It requires physical 3D things like food and water and naps and sleeping, right? That's what it requires. And so that's though based on science, right? So we know exactly what your body needs. That's the new technology. Old technology, like, I don't do anything that's new age when it comes to spirituality. Everything can be tracked back to ancient wisdom. So when I do healing modalities such as the Ensophic Ray Reiki, or when I'm looking at doing energy healings that align your soul with your purpose, yes, you can do that. It requires an actual magic wand. So these are ancient ways that Jesus knew. He learned these things, and before him, the people before him learned these things, and they've been passed down generationally. This is nothing that I offer when it comes to spiritual work is new age or was pulled out of some plant medicine journey. Because here's the thing, if you do something without proper spiritual hygiene, which is based in the ancient wisdom, you will find yourself with attachments such as demons and other little elementals that don't have your highest good in mind, that want to control what you do in the world. And that does affect your physical body, and it affects your emotional person. It affects everything. So sometimes, and here's what I found as a benefit to being both a reverend and being a practitioner in the physical body. A demonic possession has the same symptoms as a mineral imbalance. So if after a couple of months of addressing the physical body, and I sometimes don't wait that long either, I'll do a quick scan of a person and see if they have something attached to them. But we can see if anything is impeding your progress to your highest good. And that's what I mean by ascension. Ascension and your awakening process is not a one and done thing. It's not a Ron Popeil set it and forget it machine. It's a ongoing, constant learning and awareness that you're awakening to all the time. Like, if you want spiritual awakening, be careful what you ask for. It's not an easy path, I'll tell you.
You hear a lot of people talking about that these days, though, right? I mean, that it's a common thread. I'm looking for that spiritual awakening. So again, you're speaking to someone that is, you're listening to someone that has been doing this for a long time. So I think you want to heed that warning there, people. So most definitely. Well, Eva, I tell you, like, when we get on this show and we get to go, and the time goes by so doggone quick, and I wish we could just continue, but you are part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family, so we already know you're going to be back on here more and more with great content for our subscribers and for our viewers. So before we close up today, is there any words of wisdom or words of encouragement that you'd like to give our audience today?
Yeah, I think it's most important to listen. You said it earlier on in the conversation. Listen to yourself. You're the only one who lives inside of, hopefully, you're the only one who lives inside of your skin. If not, I can fix that. But the idea is that if you feel off, listen to that. Don't listen to somebody outside of you saying, you're fine. More than likely, you're not.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Eva, for joining us today. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us and tuning in today as well. We love you so very much. And if you have not subscribed to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, you definitely want to subscribe to us. And if you want to connect with Eva and you want to work with her in some capacity or just learn a little bit more about her, Eva, how can they get in touch with you?
The best way to reach me is on the interwebs. Go to the website www.theelevateinstitute.com. You'll find many articles, podcasts, and interviews there, along with a free 20-minute conversation that I offer to everyone, where I get to listen to you. And then if I can help you, I will provide you with what I think could help. Or if I can't help you, I'll refer you to someone I think that could.
Awesome. Look, that's a win-win situation right there, people. Well, all right, Eva, thank you so much once again for joining us. Everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we'll definitely see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
To the next level.